Juggalos in recovery. Juggalos in recovery. Juggalos in recovery.
So if we could all just take a couple deep, slow breaths. The purpose of this meditation is to use the imagery of a small, peaceful town, a warm fall evening as the backdrop. Imagine the feel of the cool air, the smell of the leaves. Use these to create a sense of relaxation and tranquility. With each gust of wind, with each leaf blown away, a stress, a worry leaves you. You turn around, and the images now shift to that of a carnival approaching the small town that you're in. Seeing it come closer creates a sense of unease and fear. A reminder of one's own mortality. The carnival is depicted as dark, ominous, and macabre, representing the impermanence of life and the certainty of death. The imagery is meant to confront one's own mortality with the grotesque and macabre exhibits, to remember that all things come to an end. Nothing lasts forever. This meditation is a reminder that the carnival is not just a form of entertainment, but also a symbol of the deformities and imperfections of the human condition and how it can be mocked and ridiculed. The goal of this meditation is to confront one's own mortality and to be mindful of the impermanence of life and the choices we make in it. Relax. Feel into your chair, however you're laying, just the physical sensations around your body. Imagine a warm fall evening in a peaceful small town. The air is crisp and cool, still holds the warmth of the sun that has recently set. The leaves on the trees are a vibrant tapestry of oranges, yellows, and reds, rustling gently in the breeze. The wind chimes play a melancholic melody that fits the atmosphere of the warm fall evening. The smell of wood-burning fireplaces and the crispness of fallen leaves fills the air. The streets are lined with flickering lanterns, each one casting a warm and inviting glow on the pavement. The residents of the town are fast asleep in the comfort of their homes. The only sound is the distant hoot of an owl and the gentle rustle of the leaves in the wind. Peaceful, serene, tranquil. As you focus on your breath, you can feel your mind and body relaxing, in sync with the peacefulness of this small town. You can appreciate the silence and stillness of the night, allowing your mind to release any lingering stress or worries. You remind yourself that rest and sleep are just as important as our daily activities, and it's good to have a moment of peace and tranquility. As you exhale, release any thoughts or worries. Allow yourself to fully sink into this peaceful, sleepy all evening. As you focus on your breath and the present moment, you begin to notice a sense of unease growing within you. It's as if something is lurking just out of sight, waiting for the right moment when it revealed itself. You can sense something evil approaching, creeping through the quiet streets like a dark shadow. The laughter you hear is not joyful, but sinister and mocking. The clash of metal and the creak of wood that you hear is not the sound of a fairground attraction, but something more ominous and foreboding. The sounds grow louder and louder in your mind, as if whatever is approaching is getting closer and closer and closer. As you take a deep breath in and exhale, you feel the unease you feel is not just a physical sensation, but an emotional and mental one as well. Your heart races and your palms become clammy. Your mind is filled with fearful thoughts of being trapped and helpless. The darkness that surrounds you is not just the night, but the feeling of dread is growing within you. You try to remind yourself to stay present and breathe, but it's hard when the sounds and the feelings of dread are getting louder, stronger. You can't see what's approaching, but you can feel it. And the feeling is terrifying. You're not sure if you're ready to face whatever is coming. But you know you have to. It's testing your courage, your resilience, making you question yourself. The The sense of unease and fear may be overwhelming, but you remind yourself that you are strong and you can face whatever comes your way. You are strong and you can face whatever is in your way. You are strong and you can face whatever is in your way. As you focus on your breath, you can see in your mind's eye the carnival coming to town. It's not the cheerful, colorful, and lively carnival you're used to, but something darker and more ominous. It brings with it a host of terrifying sights and sounds. The music is not the upbeat, catchy tune you'd expect, but something more eerie, like the sound of a funeral march. The laughter you hear isn't the sound of joy, but of insanity and despair. A smell in the air is not of fried food and candy floss, but rotting meat and decay. The carnival is a gateway to life and death, and once it arrives, there is no escape. The carnival represents the impermanence of life and the certainty of death. It's a reminder that all things come to an end and that nothing lasts forever. This carnival's purpose is not to bring joy or entertainment, but to make the viewer confront their own mortality with the grotesque and macabre exhibits. You imagine the freak shows and the wicked ringmasters, the savage gestures and the horrid sights that only the impending doom will witness. The freaks and performers are not just mere performers, but also symbols of the deformities and imperfections of the human condition. The ringmasters and gestures are not there to entertain, but to mock and ridicule. Reminding them of their own impending mortality. A reminder that one day we too will be a part of the show, a spectacle for others to witness. a stark reminder that our time on this earth is limited and that we shouldn't make the most of the time we have. It's a reminder to cherish every moment and live our lives fully, because once it's over, there's no coming back. As you continue to focus on your breath, you remind yourself death is not something to be feared, but rather just the inevitability of life, a natural part of the life cycle, something that we all will experience. Death is not the end, but the next stop in our journey, the transition to a different state of being. Carnival, with its macabre and grotesque imagery, is a reminder of how finite our existence is, that our time on our earth is limited, and that we must make the most of the time that we have. A reminder to live our lives fully, to cherish every moment, and make meaningful connections with the people and things that truly matter to us. We should not waste our days in fear and regrets, but rather embrace them with open minds, with open hearts. The carnival's purpose is not to make us fear death, but to embrace it, to remind us to make the most of the time we have, to be present and to enjoy every moment, to not take things for granted, and to be grateful for what we do have. It's an invitation to live fully with intention and purpose. To make our time on earth meaningful. This carnival serves as a reminder to not put things off, not to procrastinate, not to wait for the right moment, but to live life fully here in this present moment. Life is precious, and we never know when our time will come. Carnival reminds us to make the most of it while we can. To make the most of it while we can. To make the most of it while we can. As you exhale, you make a conscious effort to release any fear or anxiety that the carnival may have brought up within you. You acknowledge that these feelings are natural and it's normal to feel scared or uneasy when faced with the topic of death. But you remind yourself it's important not to let these feelings consume you. You allow yourself to be present in this moment and focus on your breath, feeling the sensation of the air flowing in and out of your body. This allows you to ground yourself in the present moment and to let go of any thoughts or worries that may be holding you back. You trust in the journey of life, even as it leads to death. You accept that death is a natural part of life and that it is something we all will experience. You remind yourself that life is a precious gift and that we should cherish every moment and make the most of the time we have. You trust that the journey of life, with its ups and downs, its joys and sorrows, is something that we can navigate with grace, with strength. As you exhale, you release any fear or anxiety that you may have felt. You allow yourself to be present in this moment, feeling a sense of peace, acceptance, You trust in the journey of life. And even though death is inevitable, we can make the most of the time we have. Take one last long, deep breath, filling your lungs with air and allowing yourself to fully immerse in the present moment. As you exhale, release any remaining tension or anxiety and feel a sense of peace and acceptance. You can open your eyes and return to the present moment, ready to face whatever may come with a calm, with a clear mind. You recognize that the carnival, with its macabre and grotesque imagery, serves as a reminder that life is short and uncertain. It's a reminder to cherish the people and things that matter most to us and to make the most of the time we have. Remembering life is a precious gift, not to be taken for granted. You make a commitment within your heart. Live every day to the fullest. Make meaningful connections. Follow your passions. And not to let fear hold you back. Remembering that life is a journey and that we should not wait for the right moment, but to seize the opportunities as they present themselves. Reminding that the carnival is not something to be feared, but rather a reminder of the importance of living in the present moment, cherishing every moment, making the most of the time we have. We resolve to live life with purpose, intention, gratitude, to make the most of every day, fully embracing the journey of life, even as it leads to death. Whenever you are ready, take a deep breath, hold it in for as long as you comfortably can, when you're ready. Let your breath and all worries and fears go with it. Slowly open your eyes. Slowly twitch your fingers, your limbs. Bringing back any messages, lessons with you into this moment. Thank you. This concludes the Carnival of Carnage meditation. With that, I will end the recording, and then it's clown time.
So that was yours, Chris?